That's what people don't understand about like the Masons and the Illuminati. Members of these secret organizations and like the elite families, they'll make a move that they don't expect to see the results from in their lifetime.
Hmm.
That's kind of how it
That's
works.
how.
Like you set the stage for the next generation.
Yeah.
That like the moves they make are generational. So why would they give us AI? Why would they give us the public access to being able to create AI videos? They know that there's going to be people that abuse this and create all kinds of fake videos of real people doing things that they didn't do. They're completely aware that people are going to do that and
That's what
abuse
they
it.
want to do. They want us to like water down the internet with all of this fake stuff, and deep fakes have gotten so good that they're indistinguishable. And there used to be like websites where you could upload a photo or a video and ask if it's AI or an essay, or and it would tell you. And now even those platforms can't tell. And it's to create an even more, I mean, it's always about division at the end of the day. And division is a result of mistrust. No one trusts each other. You go on Instagram or TikTok or anything and see in comments of someone doing something, singing a song or doing a stunt or anything. And everyone will be like, it's so sad that I can't tell whether or not
I know
this
it's
is AI. Like,
confusing.
I can't
It's really
trust
confusing.
anything I see. And they want us to not trust anything we see. So that
I think they also want us to lose trust in each other.
that's what
They
I mean
they
about the
already know
division thing.
they
Like,
already know that we're losing trust in the government and the higher ups. They know we no longer trust them. So now they're making an attempt at they want us to not trust each other as much. Like when you're completely aware that everyone has the ability to make any video that they want, then you're going to lose faith in your ability to trust one another. You're
yeah.
not going to trust just any creator anymore. And
No.
once you lose trust in those people, you're then going to do what's easy. And what's easy is to listen to the ones at the top in the mainstream.
And hope that they're telling the truth.
I think that's a big reason why.
Well, and it's like,
And at
think
that point,
about,
you're not going to care if they're telling the truth because
yeah,
you're going to be so exhausted by fake videos and not
it's
knowing the
just,
truth. You're just going to say, I don't care.
it's just a way to divide us even more. You can't trust what you see. You can't trust what anybody posts. You can't trust your fellow humans. You can't, and then you can't trust them. And then if anything does come out that's real, they can just say, if they don't want you to believe it, they can just say, oh, that's not just fake news anymore. No, that's AI generated.
And they know that anyone who still supports them is also going to argue with us that it's just AI.
Yeah. And,
Like if something comes out about Trump,
well, and think about too, and we talk about this all the time, like my grandmother, your dad, like, does not know when they're looking at something that's AI.
they have no
There's
idea.
no, we have an eye for it, and they just don't, and it's not their fault.
But that's another thing though.
But they're preying on that age group because that age group doesn't know better.
Yeah,
They don't
they
they don't
almost,
know better, and
they don't care.
they've been completely their entire lives just programmed to, they're completely manipulated. There's no like,
They're much more brainwashed
yeah,
than us and the ones who are younger than us.
they trust the system, and they this is that they're this is the way life is. That's just,
They blame like my dad, like he'll blame what he if I show him something, he'll be like, "Oh no, somebody just took that and made it into AI or something."
yeah, or it's taken out of context, or like my grandmother just doesn't even care.
Yeah, yeah.
She just doesn't, she's literally totally like, okay, does it affect me directly? Then I don't care.
And that's what they're hoping for. They either want you to not care or they want you to care in the correct way, the way that they want you to care.
And to just be totally like them, where it's just let me just live the rest of my life. Like,
Right.
I don't need this. Like, everything's gone okay. I don't want to deal with this. You know what I mean? Like, they're in the last half
Yeah,
of their
yeah,
lives.
they're exhausted.
They've been doing the same thing their entire lives. And there is a difference between generations. And maybe it's because they did have a middle class. They did go on vacation. They owned homes. They had boats off of one income, where we can't even barely live.
Yeah, it doesn't even matter if you
Like,
make three figures, you're still living paycheck to paycheck.
and like, we can't enjoy ourselves. Like, we can't go on vacation. We can't buy a house. And so, and it's not for a lack of work or trying, or no one's lazy. It's just not built for us to be able to do anything where it
I
was.
hate when
And
people
I
try and
think
lazy shame because it's like
and I
that's not
think
what it's about.
too, like, and that generation will just tell you to pull yourself up by your bootstraps and get to work. This is just the way life is.
No, but
But
it's
it
not.
wasn't that way for them. So they don't know.
And it just shouldn't be this way in general.
No, no, it shouldn't. I don't think any of it should have ever. Life was not supposed to be like this at all. We were supposed to
We're not lazy. We just are
just like be
aware.
like animals, like just exist. Why do we have this whole system and money, and the people with the most money want more, and we have jobs and everything makes us miserable, and everyone dictates how we live, and we have this set of rules that we have to live by, and the laws only apply to certain classes of people. And there's just, I don't know. So they are totally not on the same page. And I think because they were, what is that quote? Give them bread
Give them bread and circuses,
and they'll
and they'll
be
never
and they'll
revolt.
never revolt. That was them. They didn't give us bread or circuses.
Yeah, yeah.
And they're like, astrologically, our age groups are destined for a change to happen.
Yeah.
And revolutions come it's about every 250 years. We're there.
We were supposed
It's
to be
due.
Gen Y, but they changed it to
Millennial.
millennial because it goes
So technically Gen Z.
Gen X, then millennial, then Gen Z. Why did they skip Y? It's because they knew that we were going to be the generation to ask why, and they didn't want to give us that. They didn't want us to be called Gen Y because they literally knew we would be the ones asking why the fuck?
And I
Why do
think
things
too,
work this way?
I say this all the time. I'm such a huge believer in astrology. Like, it's too accurate, and people will say like,
It
oh,
is too accurate to not be a real
like,
thing.
oh, you could put anything together for anybody and it would seem accurate.
No, because
It's
if you
no,
read someone else's, it doesn't really
right,
go with
like,
your
and
personality.
I'm gonna be the first person where, like, I meet you, and if I'm interested in being your friend, or I'm interested in just you as a person, I'm gonna be like, have you ever done your birth chart? Because I like, and especially where if a person doesn't believe in it and they're like, no, astrology's bullshit, that's dumb, that's crazy. And then you get to prove them wrong.
It's
It's
not
like the
crazy at
look on
all.
their face when you start reading the analysis to them, and they're like, "Oh, that's scary."
Yeah.
But anyway, I think that the astrology and people thinking that it's so stupid and fake and crazy, you're just dumb, a dumb girl if you believe in astrology. It's like a psyop by the government because they know that it's
They know
real.
astrology is
They
real.
base so much of what they do, choices they make, wars, like elections, everything, they base so much of it off of astrology.
I forget what there's an like old culture, like I forget exactly which nationality it was. Maybe like the Aztecs or something,
Mayans or
or the Mayans
Aztecs.
or Aztecs. I don't know. You'll have to look it up. But they they based when you were born, they based what job you were going to perform off of astrology. Like they used astrology to fit you for a job, which is makes more sense than anything that we do nowadays.
Well, and like it's proven that people who do jobs like the people will have a career and 30 years later they find out about their birth chart and what line of work they should actually be in, and they realize like why they're so miserable, and they switch to that type of career and find themselves much happier and feeling much more in tune with themselves.
Yeah, yeah, it's
And
real.
so I think that they made it such a taboo subject. And so, and when it's silly because it's okay, so the moon, everything about space is real. And we go in the cycles of the sun and the stars and the moon, and the constellations are real.
Well, us
But
going
it's,
to space is not real.
no, I
We
know,
don't go to
but
space. We've never been
I'm
to
saying
space.
what they
But space
say.
is, this is what I believe. Space is real. We just don't go there. And they pretend
I
like
know.
we do.
Yeah, and we can't. We don't have the technology they want, or we do. I don't know. But
I don't think we can go.
either way, what I'm saying is they tell us that all of that is real and it's important, and it's we're all made from stardust from the Big Bang, and then they tell us that it's idiotic to believe that that could have anything to do with our lives.
Why do
And
they even
it's
try and teach us about the Big Bang? But then like
but then
it,
they
but
don't actually know
no,
if
but then in court, think about it. But then in court, you have to like swear on a Bible. Why do they swear on the Bible in court, but then they want you to believe in the Big Bang? They're all
and
psyops. To us,
dinosaurs
they're all
and
psyops. When it comes to the Bible, when it comes to
well, it's a
most of
way
what
to
they tell you
create
about
more.
science.
It's another division. Are you science or are you religious? Do you
Yeah,
believe in dinosaurs or not? Do you believe in the Big Bang or not? When do you think the world started?
I know.
Billions of years ago
No.
or 5,000 years ago? Like,
Yeah, it's literally just another psyop. And we can do a whole thing on religion, which I know a lot of people don't like talking about, but you shouldn't judge people based on
no.
on their beliefs. And it seems like
That's the whole point.
Christians are the most judgmental when it comes to the beliefs because they seem to be so certain, but it's really just a comfortability thing. Like believing in God and believing like you feel like you know where we're going after death, it makes you feel comfortable in the fact that you know. But that's really what it all comes down to. You
And
just
this
feel
book
comfortable, but it's okay to not know and say that you don't know.
and the book has been rewritten and edited and warped to the times and whatever. Either way,
Yeah, we can talk about that.
I'm not that the other thing though is real quick, like if you're I'm not certain of anything. I believe in spirituality. I believe there's something, there has to be something
Spirituality is what we
there.
believe in.
That's what we're fighting against right now. It's a spiritual war with these, for lack of a better word, demons.
Yeah, like if somebody was coming back, he would have came to save us by
Like,
now.
and
That's ridiculous.
my God is energy in the universe, and what makes all of us up. And but I'm open to, because I'm not sure. So I'm open, I don't know.
You
I'm
should keep
not
an open mind about these things.
maybe God is real and he's gonna come back, and maybe everything that's written in that book is accurate. So I'm not gonna fight with anybody or judge someone or write someone
Well,
off
like
because they don't believe what I believe.
he gave us all free will. That means he gave you the will to decide what you believe in. And then everyone's like, no, you have to believe in God and you need to serve him and worship him and
Right, or you're going to hell, but he loves you.
but he gave you free will to make the decision for yourself. So it doesn't it's all
Yeah.
very
I just
I don't
think
know.
everyone should love each other, because the reason why they've created all of these, not they've created all of these ideas and they forced all these things, like from dinosaurs to astrology to religion to whatever. They've they've created all of these things to divide us and make us hate each other and make us turn against each other for the stupidest reasons, when really, like, you might really like me as a person, but when you find out I don't necessarily believe in God and I don't follow the Bible, all of a sudden I'm not deserving of your respect
Yeah,
or
all of a sudden the
time.
view changes.
So, and I think everybody is deserving of respect and love and
Yeah, if you want to believe in God, that's fine.
right.
That's fine. We're not going to look at you differently. That's just your belief. Just like Christians
And
shouldn't
that's
look at
okay, and I'm
anyone else
happy
for having
for
a
you
different
that
belief.
you have a belief system that you love. Like I don't know.
All right, we'll talk
So,
about that
yeah.
another one. Let's get back to the AI. So, like I was saying about the AI, it's all just manipulation, and they want you to look at it in the correct way if you're gonna look at it. Because a lot of people just don't care and they just write it off. But for the people that do care, they want you to follow the correct path that they've laid out for you. Like people like Candace Owens, which is the controlled awakening. Like Candace is controlled opposition. And listening to her, you're not really gaining any new knowledge because she gains your trust by
Right.
just talking about things that you've already been
Like you
made
have
previously
critical
aware
thinking
of.
skills.
Yeah,
Like
you don't you're not that listen to me, it's a controlled awakening. That person is made to make you feel like you're awake because you're going against the official narrative. But we already know that the official narrative is bullshit for everything that they tell us. You don't need Candace to know that. But that's the path that they laid out for you. So now listening to Candace, you're just going to get manipulated and she's going to lead you down the wrong path intentionally, but it's going to sound right. That's how you like propose a lie is you add in some truths, but then but it ultimately it's still a lie. Like how she's talking about Charlie Kirk, like talks about text messages and
there
she acts like she has inside
yeah, well, and
information.
it was a setup and like it's because he was betrayed by his wife and his whatever kids, but when really none of it was.
It was entirely
Yeah,
fake. So you listening to her and and thinking that all this investigating is being done, it's still
she's
ultimately making
leading
you
you in,
feel as if it still
yeah,
happened
she's
when
leading you in their direction.
it didn't happen. It was either AI stage. We're not 100% sure right now, but we know that it was fake. And you only need eyes to see that.
Right.
So by listening to her, you're really just being manipulated into believing that it did happen, even though you feel as if you're awake for listening to her. But
Hmm.
it's just opposing the official narrative doesn't mean you're awake. You have to do it in the correct way.
Well, and
You
like
have to critical think on your own.
for example, the everyone thought like QAnon is like the deep state, like when it turns out it was all like Epstein's talking to the founders of 4chan, and like that's where Pizzagate came from. It's like they wanted some of us who think we know something to go down that rabbit hole, and for the most part, every I was tricked by it. Like, but in reality, they're setting you up to go down that rabbit hole.
Exactly. They lay out paths for each type of mind. Like even conspiracy theories. I think they make a lot of these theories up themselves just to keep you busy and distracted because conspiracy theories, yeah, you can do all the digging and researching you want, but at the end of the day, you're just running in circles.
And 9/11, like how much proof
How
do
much
we
more proof do you
need
need?
and how many different angles that are going to come out every year of different videos taken on 9/11
The
apparently.
videos keep getting clearer and clearer for some reason too of these planes.
How
Like
many investigations and documentaries and things that have to come out for you to just realize that there were no planes.
the building came down, but the video of the planes was AI.
It wasn't oh it was Israel or oh it was a controlled demolition and then the planes hit. It wasn't any it's not an inside job.
It was a
Yes, it wasn't
ritualistic
yes,
sacrifice.
it was an inside job. Yes, it was all of these things, but the exactly like I don't think people understand that they're operating like witches but there's a difference between black magic and white magic. And I'm not talking race. There's literally black magic is hexes, curses, any spell cast with bad intentions and just coming from a really evil, selfish, disgusting place. And those spells do harm and they require sacrificial rituals. And I think it's even more malevolent than that. Whatever they're doing is a step beyond black magic. White magic is what I do, practicing divination.
It's countering the black magic.
Practicing manifesting. You do a lot of selfless spells. You sage your home. You pull tarot cards. You meditate. Like all of these things. You wish on an eyelash. Like that is technically witchcraft, believe it or not. Doing all those little things, wishing on 9/11, wishing at 11/11. But they're selfless, they're innocent. So there's a huge difference. Everyone hears witchcraft and immediately thinks that it's really like negative and taboo, but it doesn't have to be.
That's why there's that whole story about burning witches back in the day.
Yeah.
Like,
but they never, did you know that they never burned them? They were never burned at the stake.
I don't believe anything from history. I believe none of it.
Apparently
but, but that's another thing about 9/11 is who even had a camera? Or there was no iPhones. There was not even camera phones. Everybody had flip phones. I don't think the first camera phone even came out until like 98 or 99. And those weren't good enough to take the videos that exist today. And it's not like people are walking around with those big like movie cameras.
Yeah,
or
May 1999.
99, exactly.
And it was
shit.
0.11 megapixels.
0.11 megapixel.
And a front-facing camera.
And there's such clear videos that exist today. And it's not like they're upgrading these videos or something like that. Like there's so many different angles. There's videos of the people jumping out of the buildings, which I think those are fake too.
Well,
and nobody had cameras. Like it just wasn't a thing.
And the videos, I don't understand.
There's people zooming in on the planes and then getting it right as they hit. It's bullshit.
Even if they said that there was someone filming a documentary of firefighters in New York City and they just happened to be standing there. Why are there new videos coming out or maybe not new, but ones that we've never seen before, have not been in any documentary, and you'll see a video and everyone in the comments is like, why have we never seen this before? Because they just made it.
Yeah, they're literally making new videos of it. And they think people...
Why would someone who has a video of the Twin Towers getting hit by the plane wait 20 plus years to release that video?
You wouldn't.
It doesn't make...
All the videos would all currently already be out there, and they would be very, very bad quality. It's all bullshit. Yeah. That was a ritualistic sacrifice, among other things.
And I hate to sound insensitive about some things.
And they also needed a reason to start that war, too. They needed a reason to start a fake war.
Yeah. And it all adds up to where we are now.
War is sacrifice. Mm-hmm. War is ritualistic sacrifices. It's a human sacrifice. I have a whole video on that.
There's no reason for wars except to all these soldiers that lose their lives and then they get ridiculed. Think about the Vietnam War. Like those men that survived came home and got berated by everyone because they fought a war that they didn't want to fight for no reason.
Yeah, and there's people that haven't even thought about the fact that war is potentially just ritualistic sacrifices.
Yeah. And like I said, I hate to sound insensitive because I'm not. Like, I'm a very empathetic person and but we also have to just speak the truth and facts.
And this is how
because,
long AI has been around for,
well,
too.
yeah, what, 200 years or something like that? That's,
We don't know for sure, but we know it wasn't created a couple of years ago, like people like to think.
and they've,
That's absolutely ridiculous that you can actually that you can have the thought that you get access to the same technology as the ones who created it. The same year it was invented.
anything
You
that
think they just
they've,
invent something and then just give it to us?
anything that we've been given, they had, people always say like 60 years before us. I think like 100. And I think
50 to
it
100 easy,
used to
easily.
be 40 to 60. But I think since technology has started advancing so quickly, like I saw an interview with a woman who was apparently a victim of MK Ultra or something like that, and she was like, "You guys have no idea the technology that they have. They are 40 to 60 years more advanced." And that was from like very early 2000s.
Yeah.
And so think about how quickly technology has advanced. There we have smart fridges. Like the cars, the TVs, the phones from
They don't just invent this stuff and then just instantly give it to
no.
us. That's not how it
So then
works.
think about if they were 40 years, say on the low end, 40 years ahead of us back then. How much further are they? Because then that means
Because of
their
exponential growth.
technology,
Yeah.
exactly. Then their technology is,
So as of right now, it wouldn't be like too it wouldn't be too much to say that they could be like 200 years ahead of us, technologically speaking. We don't know. We really don't know. Remember that thing we were reading that one day about fucking black hole grenades?
yeah.
We read something about black hole grenades. We didn't read too deep into it, but like they have stuff that we actually can't comprehend.
Oh yeah, if we saw it,
And
we would.
that's why people can't even understand basic manipulation tactics that have been used on them their entire life. And
Mhm,
they want to argue that no, AI just came out.
mhm.
Like, oh no, that was before AI, so that was definitely real. No.
I read an article a long time ago. I think it was like in 2015 about AI. Remember that one I showed you?
Yeah.
And this was before it was even anyone even, I mean, AI has kind of always been a part of things, but you didn't realize it was AI because it was so like AI would be like what, like translating a
Yeah,
video.
it's not just language models. It's AI is the real AI is probably something that we don't even know
And
about.
that's what I
We
was,
just know what we know.
so in that article it said something along the lines of like you take a man from the 1500s or 1600s
Oh
and
yeah,
you
yeah,
put
yeah.
him in 2005 even. You don't even have to bring him to 2015. He would die. He would get there
And have a heart attack.
and have a heart attack and die because he wouldn't be able to understand
Right.
what
No,
he is
no, wasn't the
seeing.
next one like, and then if you took a guy from 2005 and put him in like 2015, that guy would also have a heart attack?
It was something, I don't know if it was that little amount of time, but it was like 1950. Imagine taking a time machine back to 1750 and you retrieve a guy, bring him to 2015, and then walk around and watch him react to everything. It's impossible for us to understand what it would be like for him to see shiny capsules racing by on the highway, talk to people who had been on the other side of the ocean earlier in the day, watch sports where they're being played 1,000 miles away, etc., etc. This experience for him wouldn't be surprising or shocking, or even mind blowing. Those words aren't big enough. He might actually die. But here's the interesting thing. If he then went back to 1750 and got jealous that we got to see his reaction and decided he wanted to try the same thing, he'd take the time machine and go back the same distance to get someone from around the year 1500, bring him to 1750 and show him everything. The 1500 guy would be shocked by a lot of things, but he wouldn't die. It would be far less of an insane experience for him because while 1750 and 1500 were very different, they were much less different. So, in order for the 1750 guy to have as much fun as we had with him, so seeing his reaction, he would have to go back from to 12,000 BC and bring a guy to 1750 to see that reaction.
So from 12,000 BC to 1750 was about the
equivalent of 1750 to now.
No, to 2015.
I mean, yeah, to 2015. If Kurzweil, the AI guy, and others who agree with him are correct, then we may be as blown away by 2030 as our 1750 guy was by 2015.
I thought we read one where it was like if you take the guy from 2015 to 2025.
Maybe like 2040.
Then that was the same as 1750 to 2015.
Well, if you do, so say if you took someone from 2015 and brought him to 2040, 2045, the rate, you're thinking like the rate of acceleration is just going up. So that probably is.
I thought we read something once where like it was like if you take a guy from 2025 and bring him to 2030, he wouldn't be able to handle it.
2025. I don't know, maybe
from like now to 2030. If you like jumped 5 years into the future, like you wouldn't be able to handle it. I thought Kurzweil said something about that.
Maybe he did, just not in this article.
I don't know, whatever. But yeah, AI is getting a little bit too crazy for people to even comprehend. Never mind the technology that exists that we don't even know about.
Well, and like we said earlier, we don't know. Why would they pay actors and actresses
to
act in movies? Why would they do anything on camera if they could just generate it?
That's what we've been saying for a while. Like news anchors, weathermen.
Not just that, like the moon landing was directed. It was just a movie. It might have just been AI.
That's why I think they let us argue. That's why if you say like on TikTok, if you say like the moon landing is fake, that's why it doesn't get labeled as misinformation ever, because they want us to argue about whether it was real or whether it was filmed with a camera, because it was neither of those things. It was AI, and us just arguing about film or real is just causing more division between people, because in reality neither one of you are right and it was just entirely AI.
Well, and that happens every time you post a video posing that question, like.
Yeah, and I've made a video about that before too, like saying what I believe is the truth, and the video will get taken down.
People will say outlandish things and have all this proof that seems like it should get them shut down because they don't want you to know the truth. But when you post something, and it doesn't matter what words you put in, allegedly, this isn't true, this is my opinion.
Yeah, my last account, I would always say for entertainment purposes only, educational, entertainment, whatever. And I still got banned, and I would still get videos taken down.
Because you're, like we said, like you're not on the path that they want you to be.
Exactly. You're not, when you start to drift away from the path that they created for you, that's when you'll start to notice you get shut down.
And what does that say?
Yeah, what does that say when they take your video down?
If they're not taking down, like, some people, seriously, it's like, and I don't know, there is like full-blown, people are posting the craziest things on Reels lately. And there's no one's getting shut down. I'm not even talking about like theories and stuff. I'm just talking about things like anti-Semitism and stuff like that.
They allow like things that will create divide.
Yeah, but then you say something that's
like division.
It just doesn't make sense. Their censorship doesn't make sense. The only thing that makes sense is they're going to ban your video if they don't want you talking about it.
Yeah, the censorship exists to hide the real truth.
And especially where you have a fan base, you have a following that trusts what you say and listens to you, because otherwise if you didn't, they would keep that video so that, and they'd put it on, like, what do they call it? Schizogram or Skitstalk or whatever.
Yeah.
And then you're made out to be a joke. And then if they went on and happened to see your video someday before it gets taken down, they think you're schizo.
Yeah,
Like, it's just, yeah. They're very clever
they
in
are.
what they
But when
do.
you become a creator and you start posting about conspiracies and you like start really looking into shit, you start to learn a lot based on what they allow you to post. Like you're allowed to post like
It's
the
almost like a
public
way to like
execution
prove
of
your
Alex Pretty.
theory.
Yeah. It's validation in my opinion.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
I've been
Yeah.
validated so many. It's like no, you know what's a good example is like when I would talk about Charlie Kirk and the video would go viral and there'd be like 10,000 comments. And for some reason, there's like 2,000 comments, not kidding either, 2,000 comments of all people claiming that they were at the event or they know someone that was at the event and therefore it was real and it happened. You understand that statistically, it's not, they say there was only 3,000 people at the event. So statistically, it's not possible for more than half of those people to have all been there and all of them happen to stumble across my video and leave a comment. Like that's just not it's not possible like for
No,
that to
I
happen.
know.
And
Yeah.
it happens it's not just with one video either. It happens all the time. It would happen on my last account that got banned when I would talk a lot about plane crashes being fake. And
No, that was my neighbor's house.
yeah, I like when the drummer from the Devil Wears Prada, when he was in a plane crash. I forget his name. Is it Daniel something? I forget his name, whatever. There's a big conspiracy behind that and I had a video on it talking about like proving that it was fake and that it was AI. And the plane crashed into a neighborhood and there was thousands and thousands of people all claiming that they lived in this neighborhood or they have a friend that lives in this neighborhood. You get that that's not possible, right? Like for that many people to all live in a neighborhood and all stumble across my video.
You know what's
It's not
funny?
possible.
I
It's
actually
validation
came
because they're all
across this the
bots.
other day.
It's all bots just trying to persuade. There's different types of bots that exist on these apps. Like there's comment persuasion bots. That's what I call them. They just exist to be in these comments and persuade viewers who are reading the comments to persuade them of the narrative and discredit what's being said in the video. And there's other types of bots too, like there's full on AI accounts. Probably some of the people that you follow are just AI creators and you're not even aware of it and they're just pushing narratives for the agenda.
So I saw this the other day. Hillary admitted to launching like $1 million worth.
Combat online trolls.
Yeah. So it was during like against Bernie. So like basically she spent $1 million creating bot accounts to combat trolls that were talking badly about her and would spread rumors and lies and whatever. And this is like just a fact. She admitted to it. And so this is just one example that they're spending money on it. They're doing it.
This
They've
was like a
been
part of the
doing it.
purpose of social media was to further manipulate you.
Hmm.
Like they know that a
This was
lot of
in
people don't watch the news
2016 too.
anymore.
So this was 10 years ago. So imagine how bad it is now.
Yeah, in my opinion, I'd say like about 80% of the internet and all apps, about 80% is bots and AI accounts just pushing the agenda, just throwing narratives at you that the media and the higher ups all want you to believe. This is why like a video doesn't go viral because of watch time or views or likes or comments or shares. That's not why a video goes viral. And I know it's not because I get really good watch time on my videos and a crazy amount of shares early on, and the video still won't go viral. But then you'll see a video talking about the narrative, like, oh, ICE is doing this and they're harassing people and there's riots going on and stuff, just pushing the agenda that they
It's got
want you to
2
believe.
million likes.
And then it doesn't have many shares. It probably has a shit watch time, but yet it has fucking 10 million views.
Hmm.
They're controlling which videos go viral. Like it's probably always been that way.
Well, and it might not be someone sitting at a desk. They've probably created an AI that can sift through in real time, can sift through the videos, and they've given it an objective
Yeah.
to.
Well, I'll notice like a video will the first like 20 minutes, like the video will gain some traction. It got a couple thousand views right off the bat. And then all of a sudden, just the e-break and it just dead halt. And then you refresh. Every time you refresh, it's getting like one more view when it was doing really well at first. It's because something halted it.
Mm-hmm.
The system. That's
Yeah.
what happens.
Yeah. And it has to be, if it's happening in real time, like you'll post a video and you'll get a warning or whatever it's called, like a guideline, it within like 30 seconds of it being up.
Yeah.
Who has even reviewed that video that quickly?
Exactly. Yeah, you'll appeal a video sometimes, like appeal a guideline strike, and you'll get the results back instantly. Like nobody read your review on or wait, because you get to type in like
Well, and think about it too.
why you think it shouldn't be deleted.
This is why you can't get in touch with anyone from these companies anymore.
Yeah,
You can't. I have an old Instagram account that I would love to get into, but it's connected to my old phone. I tried so hard to get in touch with someone from Instagram. They have like an email.
You can't get in touch
You
with
can't
anyone
call.
from Instagram, TikTok, Facebook.
There's no one behind it. There's people that own it, but there's no one.
Yeah, there's no like person. It's all being controlled by AI at this point.
Yeah, customer service doesn't exist anymore. You're just talking to a bot.
This is another reason why I think they gave us access to AI is because this is going to help them implement digital IDs.
Mhm.
Because soon enough, they're going to claim that
Yeah.
they don't know who's real. Because we already don't know really what's real unless you really have a good understanding of what's going on right now. But they will make the claim that they are no longer able to tell who's real. And this is going to be their reasoning behind why they now need to implement digital IDs. And you'll need a digital ID online to do anything. And this will be sufficient proof for who's real, but it's just going to be more manipulation because they'll like claim that something has a digital ID, but you don't really know. They can like a bot can still fake a digital ID, like having a digital ID, you know what I mean?
You know what's crazy too, and I like another reason why they're doing it, I have 2 other reasons I think they're doing it. One, they're dumbing us down. They're making people stupid because all you have to do is pick up your phone and ask ChatGPT a question, or ask ChatGPT to research something for you, or you could literally imagine you're in school right now. You wouldn't be taking advantage. Like put yourself back in your shoes as a teenager. Don't want to do homework, don't want to read the books they give you to read. You would just ask for a synopsis of the book that they assigned you. Yeah. And that's what's happening. The reading levels have gone down. They've been going down. They're shit right now. They're making us stupid. They're making us reliant. They're taking away critical thinking. They're taking away, like, you used to, if you wanted an answer to something, you used to have to at least, like, maybe you don't pick up a book, but you at least have to go read an article, or you at least have to, like, if it's you have to learn something. And now this computer will just be like, oh yeah, here's, and do you want to know anything else? And can I dive deeper for you? And here's some emojis.
And that's the thing too, is they want to move you away from searching something up for yourself. They want to just provide the answer straight away. even if that answer isn't correct and
Hmm.
it's just more manipulation. Like you'll ask it something and it's just going to give you an answer and you're just going to believe it no matter what. And it's not going to be the correct answer because they're literally rewriting history right
Hmm.
before our eyes.
Another thing too, I think, is they they say it. I don't even know how many gallons of water it takes to run AI, but it's like an incomprehensible amount. To leave it, literally ask it one question. And I know that there are towns and states who are going through water shortages. That's a very real thing that happens. I don't think that AI is actually using that much water. I think they're testing. They want to see how far they can go. They want to take your water away. They want to take all these things away. They want the National Guard to have to come in and bring you bottled water because your tap won't work. There's literally, I forget what state it is, but there's a town that lives right next to one of the
Yeah, and
facilities
they have no water.
and they have no water. They turn their sink on, it's dripping. But who's to say that it actually is
Actually want
using,
some water.
who's to say that actually is using that much water? I don't know. I could be totally far off, but it was just a
No,
random thought that I
I know.
had
No,
that
I
like
agree. It's
they could
fishy.
just be.
Also, it's not profitable for them either.
Well, and it's
AI.
like,
It's
oh, if
not
it
profitable
uses
in the
that
slightest
much,
bit.
if it uses that much water, and you want everybody to use it, and you keep creating all these different AIs, won't you run out of water? Oh, you have some secret reserve of water? I mean, probably, but eventually. And then who's going to use AI when everybody runs out of water and dies? And
If
then
they
we run
like
out of food
currently are
because we
running
run
out
out
of
of
water,
water.
if they like currently are running out of water, wouldn't that mean they're about to like completely run out of water?
That's well, yeah, in certain places in the country,
So
that's what's
then,
happening.
so then that can't be it. Because like let's say the town like they have no more water. Like everyone's complaining there's a water shortage. That just means that eventually, soon enough, there'll be no water left. So you could be onto something. It couldn't. Maybe it doesn't need water. It
I'm
seems
trying to
dumb that
figure
something
out.
so advanced would need that much water.
Well, right. Like I- like I maybe I don't know, something does power
It's
this,
far
but
more advanced than what they tell us.
they're
We know
probably
that.
using that, what is it? Like
I think this is like a big reason why they even gave us TV in the first place. This is why they moved
everything is
TV
so
onto your phone.
strategic.
This is why this is why your phone is a screen. It's manipulation tactics. It's so that they can program you. And
I can't find it, but there's multiple towns that are like basically out of water. Like they have certain times of the day that they can use their water for a certain amount of time, and it's bad. It's bad.
that can't be what it is.
So then what? In 5 years, we're not going to have any water? That's happened. Oh yeah, AI came out what? 2 or 3 years ago?
Yeah, that's a good thought because that actually is ridiculous.
Doesn't make sense. And
It really
yes,
does.
I think like you just said, that's the reason they gave us TVs and phones and all of this because they're not thinking 2 steps ahead or 5 steps ahead. They're thinking hundreds of steps ahead. All these plans that they have and all these things that seem like they're happening as time goes on and they're playing out in front of our eyes. They had them planned be like so far in the past we can't even comprehend it.
Yeah.
That's one of the big things. They play the long game. And this goes back to the noble families and whoever really is running the system is I, I mean, you saw in the other video they planned the wars. That was however many years ago.
It was what, 1871?
1871.
Yeah.
So it's like they know they're making plans that they know they won't see come to fruition, and that's okay.
And that's what that's what people don't understand about like the Masons and the Illuminati. Like members of these secret organizations and like the elite families, they'll make a move that they don't expect to see the results from in their lifetime.
Hmm.
Like that's kind of how it
That's
works.
how,
Like you set the stage for the next generation.
yeah.
That like the moves they make are generational. They'll
Mhm.
they'll they'll do something today that they quite literally don't expect to see the results from.
That would be like setting up a savings account for your like great grandchild. You'll never see them get
Exactly.
it.
Exactly. Yeah.
You don't even know if it's going to play out the way you want it to. You're trusting, you know, because it's been around for so long, these institutions and these systems and these people have been around for so long, they fully trust that the guy that's going to take over for him is going to continue his plan
Yeah. Yeah.
because their society is so strong and unbreakable, like, because it's been around hundreds of years before them.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's it's much deeper.
Things are deeper than people realize.
And I'm not even sure of anything that we talk about, so because I don't think there's shit that they do, and there's probably entities, like there's a lot of people that think AI is sentient, like it's a being, it's
It
not a
probably
computer.
is sentient at this point.
And
And also AI is only what they've made us aware of. Like we don't know for sure what AI even is. It could be something totally different that they have access to that and then they gave us access to this and just called it AI. Like they were, oh, this is what AI is.
yeah,
But we
let's put
don't
it in a box that they
it's
can
most likely
understand.
so much more powerful and complicated than we're even thinking about.
Hmm. Yeah. And they've been taught how long has Ray Kurzweil been talking about it?
They call him the godfather of AI.
Like he's
I started to not fully trust him.
no, I know, but that's kind of what I'm saying is the if you're listening to him or read books by him or seen videos of him, that seed was planted however many years, decades before AI actually came out.
Yeah.
I remember reading that article in 2015 and literally being like, what the fuck? Like, just totally, like, it rocked my fucking world. I read it over and over again because some of the things that they say, it was incomprehensible at the time.
Well, that's
And it was scary.
yeah.
Like, I read it and I was terrified. And here we are.
Well, you notice how in the past few years, especially, you'll see videos coming up of these AI experts talking about, oh, the singularity is near, and like we're reaching this point next year, and then in 2 years we'll be at this point. They're already at that point. They're just leading you on, making you think that we
Well,
haven't
and they'll
reached that point yet.
create some, like, they're already there. It's
Yeah,
probably
they'll be
always,
like, all right, in 2030 we'll be at this point, and then in 2040 AI will be at this point.
well, and
But
it's
no,
either like,
we're already at the maximum point, probably.
and they always say there's like two ways this could go. Either it's going to be very bad or it's going to be very good. And it's like, well, now they can kind of just do whatever they want. When in reality, you would think that if AI did become sentient and reach the singularity, it would just take off. We want nothing to do with this.
It wouldn't
Like,
want to stay here.
it wouldn't.
It would be on. It wouldn't. It'd be so intelligent that
We wouldn't even be able to comprehend.
we'd be even lower than ants. Like the way ants are to humans, it would be even beyond
Yeah,
that.
there
It
there
would
is
be
no
like
measurable.
dirt to gods.
Yeah,
Like that's the difference. It would
yeah.
want nothing to do with us.
We can't even comprehend the difference of intelligence between. So you can't say what is going to happen, but they have this, like, they give you this like impending doom of like, oh, that's going to kill us all. It's going to manifest itself,
Oh, it's
and it's
gonna
going to
get
kill
access
all
to
of
the
us.
launch codes.
Think about
It's
what
not gonna
the
care about
and
fucking
exactly,
nukes.
and think about what they just did. They helped AI create a social network between themselves. And they're saying that these AI, you can't get in if you're human. We don't know that. It's just people, regular people trying to make an account and they
Yeah,
can't get in.
yeah, yeah.
But it's these like scary, weird posts, and they're creating their own religion and their own language and talking shit about humans and doxing humans.
But that's just
But,
people fishing
but,
for views
well,
anyway.
I, but they also want people to be like, they still want people to
Yeah,
be
they are
scared.
trying to make us scared of it.
And
Yeah.
maybe they created this social media, and it's their posts, and they want you to be afraid of AI, and now there's this scary prediction that, oh, AI is going to hack into the grid and we're all going to die. It's going to take out 95% of the population in what, a month or something like that. Like, it's and that like they're gonna get launch the nukes. Why? You know who launches nukes and who goes to war and
People.
who wants to kill other people? Unintelligent, evil fucking human beings. Not some sentient being of the highest intelligence. Maybe it wouldn't even notice us, but it would want the best for everything and everyone.
Yeah.
Because the lower you are on a vibrational scale, the less intelligent you are, the more violent you are.
Yeah, the more intelligent you get, the more peaceful you become.
Exactly.
The more
you don't want to hurt anything. You just love.
The more
You're
aware
happy.
and
Like,
intelligent, you don't become violent.
you would never resort to violence because there's always another answer.
Yeah.
So it
Pretty
doesn't
much.
make sense.
All right, well, I think we're gonna end the video there, but thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to follow on TikTok, Nightfall and Angel, and our new TikTok for clips about what was on the YouTube. That's called Nightfall and Molly.